Now 7:07. If you will please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Tonight is the annual organization meeting for the German Township Trustees. I will call the roll. Dr. Cross? Here. Mr. Stubbs?
Here.
And Mr. Potter?
Here.
All are present. Thank you very much. Let's start with visitor comments. Are there any visitor comments? If anyone online would like to make a comment, please unmute yourself and speak now. Hearing none, we will move forward. First item on the agenda is to elect trustee officers for 2023. I would accept a nomination for president.
Dr. Cross.
Second.
Are there any other nominations?
Motion to close nominations.
Second.
Okay, do I have a motion to close the nominations? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. And we have a motion to elect Dr. Cross as president. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. We also need a nomination for vice president.
I nominate Jake Stubbs.
Second that.
Are there any other nominations? I have a motion to close the nominations.
Close nominations.
Second.
All in favor of closing the nominations?
Aye.
Any opposed? All in favor of electing Mr. Stubbs as vice president?
Aye.
Sorry.
Yes.
Any opposed? Thank you very much. Okay, we have our officers for this year. The next thing to do is to approve our trustee appointments for 2023. I've given you the list from 2022. Is anyone interested in making any changes to their appointments?
Unless somebody wants one of mine.
No, thank you.
Yeah. And if not, I'm good.
What you want to give up?
I've just got 3 right now, and it's going to be a lot this year with the cemetery and the contract negotiation for the Rumpke. So if somebody wants the Western Regional Council of Governments, I feel I probably should give the cemetery. We're in the middle of a hiring process. If not, I'm good with it. That'll be later on this summer. So
What about the pool?
if somebody wants the pool, they can have the pool.
I'll do the pool again.
Okay.
Is someone also going to take your slot on the Western Regional Council?
No, I'll keep that then.
You'll keep that?
I'll keep that.
I don't even know what that is.
That's okay. Yeah. It's just a couple townships, couple villages that go together to get a Rumpke contract, basically. So Lou's going to take over the pool for me.
All right, could someone make a motion to approve each of these? Let's read them all with the substitution of Mr. Potter for the pool oversight. Somebody start that motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Let's read what they are.
Police Commissioner Stubbs, Road Commissioner Potter, Zoning Commissioner Cross, Parks Oversight Potter, Fire EMS Cross, Senior Oversight Cross, Pool Oversight Potter, Cemetery Stubbs, Western Regional Council of Governments Stubbs.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you. We also need a motion to appoint Mrs. Close as the Health Insurance Coordinator for 2023.
Make that motion to appoint Shauna Close as Health Insurance Coordinator.
Second.
Any discussion of the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. The next motion will be to appoint our purchasing agents. Currently, they are Mr. Holbrook for the Road and Service Department, Chief Anzick for the Police Department, Mrs. Close for the Zoning Department, and Mrs. Close for the Trash District. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion of the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Now, our next motion would be to approve any appointments to the oversight committees as well as the cemetery board. There are no appointments at this point in time for any oversight board. There is an opening in 2023 for the pool oversight. As Mr. Stubbs, you mentioned at our last meeting, Tim Johnson does not wish to be reappointed. So anyone who's interested can contact Mr. Stubbs or the city.
We have a guest here tonight who may be interested.
Full oversight.
Full oversight. Full oversight. It's not bad. We meet once a month. I'll be Lou now, but it's the third Wednesday. Third Wednesday. Doesn't take very long.
These days I work 10 hours.
Okay, so that probably doesn't work for you. Yeah. So, all right.
So we'll leave that one.
Next time there's an opening,
I can tell.
There is, though, an appointment needed for the cemetery board, and that would be John Skapiak, who's a current member and would serve another 2-year term ending on December 31 of 2024. I have a motion to appoint him.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion of the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. The next motion is to approve our meeting schedule for 2023. We are going to refer back to an email that Dr. Cross sent back in November with suggested dates. And these represent the second Monday at 7 o'clock, except when the date falls on a holiday, which is usually only in October. And then it would be the following day. And then other work sessions and special meetings are announced as needed. Can I have a motion to approve the meeting schedule?
I'll take the motion to approve the meeting schedule.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. All right, we're going to start through our resolutions. The first resolution, 2023-01, is to establish salaries for the Board of Trustees and the fiscal officer for 2023. And as discussed at our budget meeting, as well as at our December meeting, we will be at 100% for 2023. Could someone introduce that resolution?
I'll go ahead and introduce resolution 2023-01, a resolution to establish salaries of the German Township trustees and the fiscal officer for 2023 at 100% of the annualized amount allowable under the Ohio Revised Code.
Second.
Any discussion of resolution 2023-01? Hearing none, I will call the roll. Dr. Cross?
Yes.
Mr. Stubbs?
Yes.
And Mr. Potter?
Yes.
Resolution 2023-01 is adopted. Resolution 2023-02 will increase the salaries of the police department personnel, the road and service department personnel, the trash clerk, and the zoning inspector by 3% starting January 1st of 23. And again, that was something we've discussed at both of our December meetings. Could I have someone introduce that resolution?
I'll introduce that resolution of 2023-02 to increase the salaries of the police department personnel and the road and service department personnel, the trash clerk, and the zoning inspector by 3% starting 1/1 of 23.
Second.
Any discussion of resolution 2023-02? Hearing none, I will call the roll. Dr. Cross?
Yes.
Mr. Stubbs?
Yes.
Mr. Potter?
Yes.
Resolution 2023-02 is adopted. Resolution 2023-03 will authorize me as fiscal officer to establish 2023 permanent appropriations. They will total $3,261,617.61. Those appropriations are not to exceed the amounts of the 2023 official certificate of estimated resources, which we will receive sometime in late February from the Montgomery County Auditor. And that total is exactly the budget numbers that we reviewed on December 30th at our budget meeting. Someone introduce this resolution.
I'll introduce resolution 2023-03, resolution authorizing the fiscal officers to establish 2023 permanent appropriations totaling $3,261,617.61. Such appropriations not to exceed the amounts of the 2023 official certificate of estimated resources issued by the Montgomery County Auditor.
I'll second.
Any discussion of resolution 2023-03? Hearing none, I will call the roll. Dr. Cross?
Yes.
Mr. Stubbs?
Yes.
Mr. Potter?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Resolution 2023-03 is adopted. Resolution 2023-04 will continue the existing health benefits for 2023, including the medical HRA program, dental and vision for all full-time employees who work at least 30 hours per week. Would someone introduce that resolution?
I'll introduce that resolution of 2023-04 to continue the existing health benefits for 2023, including the medical HRA program, dental and vision for all full-time employees who work at least 30 hours per week.
Go ahead.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion of the resolution? Hearing none, I will call the roll. Dr. Cross?
Yes.
Mr. Stubbs?
Yes.
Mr. Potter?
Yes.
Thank you. Resolution 2023-04 is adopted. Our next resolution is 2023-05, which will continue miscellaneous payments for 2023. Those include $1 per year for our reserve police officer honorarium, and we do have 3 reserve officers, Officers Skoke, Gavir, and Parker, and also will give expense reimbursement of $15 per meeting for attendance by our regular and alternate members at Zoning Commission and Board of Zoning Appeals meetings. Someone introduce that resolution.
I'll introduce resolution 2023-05, a resolution to continue the following miscellaneous payments for 2023. $1 per year reserve police officer honorarium for Officer Shoka, Gabir, and Parker. And 2, $15 per meeting expense reimbursement for attendance by regular and alternate members at Zoning Commission and Board of Zoning Appeals meetings.
Second, thank you. Any discussion of the resolution? Hearing none, I will call the roll. Dr. Cross?
Yes.
Mr. Stubbs?
Yes.
Mr. Potter?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Resolution 2023-05 is adopted. Our next resolution is 2023-06. That would be to allocate our 2023 trustee and fiscal officer salaries to various funds to reflect the amount of time each elected official spends on behalf of those funds. This for 2022, and since we're not making any changes, it should be the same for 2023. Dr. Cross was 100% to the general fund. Mr. Potter was 50% to the general fund, 50% to the gasoline tax fund because of his position as road superintendent. Mr. Stubbs was 40% to the general fund, 50% to the police district, and 50% to the garbage and waste.
10.
I'm sorry, 10%, thank you. That wouldn't have added up, would it, otherwise? And that's because of his position as the police district superintendent, as well as involvement with the trash department. And for myself, it's 40% to the general fund, 25% to the gasoline tax fund, 25% for the police district, 10% for the garbage and waste fund. And that's because of the work I do for all 4 funds. The resolution is actually on the next page, and we can just fill in the blanks with the same names as this year. Would someone introduce resolution 2023-06?
I'll introduce a resolution 2023-06 to allocate the 2023 trustee and fiscal officer salaries to various funds to reflect the amount of time each elected official spends on the behalf of these funds.
Second.
Any discussion of resolution 2023-06? Hearing none, I will call the roll. Dr. Cross?
Yes.
Mr. Stubbs?
Yes.
Potter?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Resolution 2023-06 is adopted. Next resolution, 2023-07, will continue direct deposit for employees and authorize payment of payroll withholdings and other vendor payments by electronic transfer, including the use of the First National Bank of Germantown online bill payment system during 2023. Can someone introduce this resolution?
Introduce resolution 2023-07, a resolution to continue direct deposit for employees and to authorize payment of payroll withholdings and other vendor payments by electronic transfer, including use of the First National Bank of Germantown online bill payment system during 2023.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion of the resolution? Hearing none, I will call the roll. Dr. Cross?
Yes.
Mr. Stubbs?
Yes.
And Mr. Potter?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Resolution 2023-07 is adopted. Our last resolution for tonight is 2023-08, and that will be to continue the transfer of monthly interest from the general fund to all other eligible funds based on their pro rata month-end fund balances. If someone would introduce this resolution.
I'll introduce resolution 2023-08 to continue the transfer of monthly interest from the general fund to all other eligible funds based on their prorated month-end fund balances.
Second.
Any discussion of the resolution? Hearing none, I will call the roll. Dr. Cross?
Yes.
Mr. Stubbs?
Yes.
Mr. Potter?
Yes.
Thank you. Resolution 2023-08 is adopted. And the last thing I have for you is a motion to approve the 15th and the last day of the month, or if either fall on a weekend or holiday, the last normal business day prior to that, as the payday for employees of German Township during 2023.
So moved.
Could I have a second? Thank you. Any discussion of the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you very much. And with that, my part of the meeting is over. I will turn the meeting over to our president, Dr. Cross.
Thank you. Thank you for your confidence in making precedent again.
You do a great job.
Yep, great job.
Try my best. Since there really is no other minutes or business to conduct, I would like to have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned at 7:25. I think that's a new record.
It's been